The gateway to Cuba, closed to Americans for more than 5 decades, now appears to be swinging open. Starting tomorrow, and thanks to a change announced today, street scenes in Havana like this one that we're looking at live tonight may soon be full of American tourists. But questions remain over whether Cuba is truly ready for all of this, ready for the influx. Our report on that tonight from our chief foreign affairs correspondent, Andrea Mitchell.
In Havana, dramatic change. After more than a half-century, tomorrow the Cold War will be over. A huge opening for U.S. and Cuban travel and trade. In Havana, Nelson Fernandez says these measures help the country's economy. Orlando Veliz, a restaurant cook, says, "We think more Americans will come." There is still an embargo on general tourists, but a lot more Americans can go more easily. Educational groups, cultural groups, journalists, medical and religious organizations, family visits.
I got two daughters in Cuba. I have to go.
At the Miami airport, Alex Rivas has a new baby who has never seen his grandmother.
I have like 4 months kid. He doesn't know his grandma right now.
And soon he can fly on a regularly scheduled commercial flight, not just the current limited commercial charters. He can use the internet when he gets there as internet companies jump in. Use a credit card, not just cash. Until now, no U.S. credit was allowed in Cuba. Plus, credit opens the door for 10 times the current grain sales from Iowa farmers like Bob Bowman.
When we traveled to Cuba, the Cuban government officials were almost begging us to open up trade with them.
We know there is a huge appetite for building equipment, things like paint, things to repair your home, because so many of the homes there are in disrepair.
And cigars. So prized, John Kennedy got a stash of more than 1,000 for himself before imposing the embargo. Americans will still only be able to bring back $100 worth. That is about 3 cohibas, Cuba's best. After tomorrow, you'll be able to be approved.
I know.
Are you excited about it?
I think it could be very beneficial to the industry. I think there'll be a lot of consumer excitement about it.
But there were plenty of Americans in Havana today, all there from special tour groups. And by tomorrow, they can spend more money and use credit cards. Critics say the president is going too far, violating the embargo, and they ask whether Cuba is really ready for the American economic invasion, especially internet access for all Cubans. Brian.
Andrea Mitchell in our Washington bureau tonight on the Cuba front. Andrea.